says factor out. So again, you can use the ladder method, which comes in very handy for this. So you got -8 minus 24. You can start with 2. 2 goes into 8 4 times. 2 goes into 24 12 times. And you can go 2 again. Well, actually, I don't want it. The higher the better, right? So you can use 2, you can use 4. 4 goes into 4 1 time. And 4 goes into 3 times. So the GCF is a product of these two numbers. And 2 times 4 equals 8. So our expression, our equivalent expression is going to be -8 times m minus 3. And you can always check 8 times m, 8 times -n is -8m. 8 times -3 is -24. So this checks out with it. So definitely the right expression. 5a minus 15x. Again, 5 pulls out. 5 goes into 5 1 time. You can write 1a if you like. Minus 5 goes to 15 3 times. 3x. So 1a, the GCF is just 5. So you get 5a minus 3x. You can always double check. 5 times a is 5a. And 5 times -3 is going to be -15x. So that works out too. -30, shoot, 30 something, 35k minus 20a. Common factor is 5, so if you pull that out, you get 7 minus 7k. Minus 5 times 4 is 20, so that would be 4a. You can't continue because the only common factor is 1, so you know you're done. So again, this is your GCF, and your expression should be 5. Don't leave it like this. Okay, you should write it like this: 5 times -7k minus 4a, and you can always double check. 5 times -7 is -35. 5 times -4 is -20. 14r plus 28w. Let's pull out a 7. 7 goes into 14 2 times, plus 7 goes into 28 4 times. GCF is 7, so it'd be 7 times 2r plus 4w. Okay, and you can, again, always double check by applying distributive property and see if you get these two terms. This one is just longer, the same idea though. -32h plus 24y minus 48. We can do 2. Can we go higher? We can do 4. Let's try 8. No, yeah, let's try 8. 8 goes into 32 4 times, -4h. 8 goes into 24y 6 times, so 6w. No, 3w. 3y, sorry. And then 8 goes into 48 6 times. So can we go again? No. So we're stopped. And it's going to be 8 minus 4h plus 3w minus 6. Next one is -10a plus 2r minus 20y. And find something common. So again, it's a 2. 2 goes into 10, -5a, plus 2 times, 2 divided by 2 is 1r, and 20 divided by 2 is going to be 10. Right? We cannot continue, so this is finished. So it's 2, 5a, plus 1r, or just r, minus 10y. So if you check, 2 times 5 is 10, -10. 2 times a 1 here is 2, and 2 times 10 is 20. So this is a check. 7w minus 7. I'm going to pull out the 7. 7 goes into 7 1 time, and 7 goes into 7 1. So we're done. You can write 1w or just w minus 1. 7 times w is 7w. 7 times 1 is just 7. So This also checks. Negative 21W minus 14M. No 2, no 3. We can use 7. 21 divided by 7 is 3. 14 divided by 7 is 2. And we're finished. Negative 3W minus 2M. And again, you can check. 7 times negative 3 is negative 21. 7 times negative 2 is negative 14. 45K minus 18 plus 63. I'm going to pull out a 3. 3 goes into 45 15 times. 3 goes into 18 6 times. And 3 goes into 63 21. Why? Can I continue? Yes, continue. It's going to be another 3. 3 goes into 5 15 5 times. 3 goes into 6 2 times. And 3 goes to 21 7 times. Can I continue? Nope. So I finished. So the GCF is going to be 3 times 3, which is 9. So my number is going to be 9, parentheses, 5K, minus 2, plus 7Y. And you can again multiply this. And you get 45, 18, 63. This is again, it's the same idea. Okay, minus 24C, minus 48D. So it's 4 numbers. Let's pull out a 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3A. 12 divided by 2 is 6B. 24 divided by 2 is 12C. And then 48 divided by 2 is 24D. And I should have gone higher, so we can continue. Likewise, you can use a 3. You have to continue. 3 divided by 3 is 1A, or just A, 1A. 6 divided by 3 is 2, or 2B. 12 divided by 3 is 4, or 4C. And 24 divided by 3 is 8, or 8D. So final answer, the GCF is 2 times 3, which is 6. We're going to get 6, 1A, or just A, minus 2B, minus 4C, minus 8D, and you can always check. Right, 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 4 is 24, 6 times 8 is 48. So, check. We have a few more. So 4A minus 2M minus 2C plus 8. Pull out a 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2A. 2 divided by 2 is 1M, or just M. 2 divided by 2 is C, or 1C. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. This is my GCF. So I get 2A minus M minus C minus 4. Check. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times M is 2M. 2 times C is 2C. And 2 times 4 is 8. Okay. Now we have 3 plus 5K plus C, or 1C. Okay, remember. So we can't use 2, no 3, no 4, no 5. So it's going to be 1. Okay, so it's going to be 3 divided by 3 is 1, 5 divided by 1 is 5, and 1 divided by 1 is 1. So our answer is going to be parentheses 3 plus 5K plus C. And you can put a 1 over there, or just like this. So this one is okay, and this one is okay. Combine the like terms and then factor out the GCF to create. So we're going to combine the like terms. So there's a lot of things to do here. And so we're going to do distributive property here. So negative times a positive is a negative. So negative 8M. Negative times a positive is a negative. 4 times 3 is 12K. Positive times a negative is a negative 4m. Positive times a positive is a positive. 2 times 3 is 6k. So I can combine some terms, yeah? So it's this one with this one, and this guy is this guy. So negative 8m minus 4m minus 12k plus 6k. So I can combine these two, and that becomes negative 8 minus 4, negative 8 plus negative 4, so negative 12. So it's negative 12m. This one is negative 12 plus 6. There's more negatives, right? So it's going to be minus 6 and minus 6k. Now I want you to, do the factor out. So I get negative 12m minus 6k. And we're going to pull out a 6. 12 divided by 6 is 2. Minus, and 6 divided by 6 is 1, or just k. And we get 6 minus 2m minus k. 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. 6 times minus k is minus 6k. So, check. So, next one. 2 times m is 2m. Positive times a negative is a negative. 2 times 6 is negative 12. Negative times a negative is a positive. 4 times 8 is 32m. Negative times a negative is a positive, and 4 times 4 is 16. Let's combine some terms. So it's 2m plus 32m minus 12 plus 16. 2m plus 32m is 34m. Negative 12 plus 16 is going to be plus 4. Now we can take GCF, use the ladder method, and we're going to get a 2. 34 divided by 2 is 17. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Right? And we're done. So this is our GCF. So it's going to be 2 times 17m plus 2. And you can see 2 times 17 is 34m, and 2 times 2 is 4. Now over here, I don't know what this is here, so let me get rid of that. Okay, more bigger. There is a negative sign here. We can put a 1 there, right? Let's put a 1. So it's a negative times a negative, negative 1. So it's just going to be positive 4w. Negative 1 times negative 5 is going to be positive 5a. Likewise here, put a 1 here. So it's a negative 1 times a positive, so it's going to be negative 7w. And negative times a positive is going to be negative, or negative 8. Can we combine like terms? We can combine this guy here with this guy. And this guy with this guy. So 4w minus 7w plus 5a minus a. 4w minus 7w is the same thing as 4 minus 7, or 4 plus negative 7. You see there's more negatives, so you get negative 3. So it's negative 3w. 5a minus a, there's a 1 here, it's 5 minus 1, and just becomes 4, or plus 4a. So this is my expression. Let me take the GCF here. So if you do negative 3w plus 4a, and we do this, the only number is 1. It's going to be negative 3w plus 4a. So if you put this in parentheses, it's going to be negative 3w plus 4a. And you can put a 1 there if you like. Okay. And this times this is this. And this 1 times 4a is 4a. There's a 1 here. Right? 1 times 5 is 5m. Positive times a negative is negative, and 1 times negative 6 is negative 6. So they come out exactly the same. Plus 1 times 7 is plus 7m. positive times a negative is going to be negative 7. Combine some terms here. 5m is plus 7m. Minus 4w. And then minus 6 and minus 7. Minus 6, minus 7. 5m and 12 and 7m is 12m. Minus 4w, right? And then minus 6 minus 7. Minus 6 minus 7. Change it to addition. Negative 6 plus negative 7 is negative 13. If I do the ladder method for this, actually, there's nothing in common. So it's just going to be 1. It's going to be 12m minus 4w minus 13. And you can put that like this if you like. You don't need the 1 in front, but I'm just showing that that's the only common factor. 1 times 12m is 12m. 1 times negative 4w is negative 4w. And 1 times negative 13 is negative 13. Oof, look at this size of this. Alright, so let me start by putting a 1 over here. Now we can multiply. Negative times a negative is a positive, so 15w. Negative times a negative is a positive, so plus 35k. Negative times a negative is a positive, and 5 times 2 is 10a. Negative times a negative is a positive, so plus 5w. Negative times a negative is a positive, so plus k. And negative times a negative is positive, and just get 4a. Combine some like terms. You get 15w plus 5w plus 35k plus k and plus 10a plus 4a. So a lot of things to combine. 15w plus 5w is 20w. 35k plus k is plus 36k. And 10a plus 4a is plus 14a. But this one, you can actually have a common factor that's not 1. So 20w plus 36k plus 14a, not divide, ladder method, we can pull out a 2. 2 times 20 divided by 2 is 10, or 2 times 10 is 10w. 2 times 18 is 36k. And 2 times 7 is 14. So our expression is going to get, this GCF is 2, so it's 2. 10w plus 18k plus 7a. Yeah? 18. Okay. So we have one more problem. So it's a negative 9. So it's going to be negative 63h. Negative times a positive is negative 27k. Negative times a positive is going to be negative 45a. Negative times a negative is positive, so it's 16h. Negative times a negative is going to be positive. 8 times 6 is 48k. And negative times a negative is going to be positive 56a. Let's combine some terms. So it's going to be negative 63h. H. Oh, here's an h. Plus 16h. K. Minus 27k. Plus 48k. And then minus 45a. Plus 56a. So let's do these two first. From here to here. Oh, wow, same color. Okay, from here to here. Negative 63 plus 16. Hay más negativos. There's more negatives. So 16. There's going to be negative something h, right? So it's going to be 63 minus 16. 7, 47. So it's going to be 47h. This is negative again, and a positive. So negative 27 plus 48. There's more positives, so it could be plus something k, right? So it's going to be 48 minus 27. It's going to be 21. Over here, it's going to be negative 45 plus 56. There's more positive. So it's going to be positive something. So it's going to be plus. So 56 minus 45 is 11a. Well, there are no common denominators here. Common factors. So if you did the ladder method, plus 21k plus 11a, you would get just 1. Right? There's no other number. So it's going to be 1 parentheses negative 47h plus 21k plus 11a. And that's that. And you can always check by applying distributive property to see if you did it correctly. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so this is the part 2, the addition to the second page. All right, here we go. So, besides factoring the GCF, if possible, we're going to factor out the variable if they both terms share that variable. So in this case, if you write 12m minus 15m, and again, I'm using the ladder method. What's a common factor between 12 and 15 is 3. But you notice that they always also share an m here. So I'm gonna pull out the 3m. So over here, let me just write down, what it's gonna look like. So it's gonna look something like that. So I know my outside factor is 3m. 3m multiplied by what is gonna give me 12? Well, I know 3 times 4 is 12. Do I need to put the m there? No, because I took the m out. I pulled the m out, right? So if I multiply 3m times 4, I will get 12m. Minus, and 3m times 15, that's 3m times what would give me 15m? Would in this case be 5. Double check, 3m times 4 is 12m. Minus, and 3m times 5 is 15m. Is that what originally had? Yeah, that's what I had originally. So we're good. So, first few problems just for you to get used to again. 14c plus 21c. And the greatest common factor is 7, right? And guess what? They both share c, so I'm going to take that out. So 14c times what equals 14? 7c times what equals 14 would be times 2. And that would be times 3. And my answer is not this. This is not my answer. My answer is this. 7c times 2 is 14c. 7c times 3 is 21c. This is my answer. I am officially sick. Can't get rid of this cough. Next. So now it's a little bit different. So we have 20kp minus 10p. Let's look at what we have in common, what they have in common. And this one, I'll take a 10, right? Because 10 is the greatest common factor. But, let me erase that. Just move it to the side a little bit. So I can take a 10. The letter K is in this term, but it's not here, so I can't take that out. Remember, it has to be a letter that's present in all the terms. But the P is out, because P is present here, and P is present here. So that's what they share in common. They must share something. They both share the 10, and they both share the P. So now ask yourself, 10P. So if I were to write this out like this, right? I have to multiply 10p times something to give me 20kp. Well, 10 goes into 20 2 times, and there's already a p there, so I must add this k here. So now, see if it makes sense. 10 times 2 is 20, right here. And then kp, p times k is kp, and that's what I have here. The second part, well, 10p times what's 10p should be just 1, right? And that sort of makes sense. 10p times 1 is 10p. Next one, so it's a little longer, but nevertheless it's the same idea. Let's let's see, 32AB minus 16B minus 20AC. What can I pull out here? Well, what's in common? 32, 16, and 2 would be a 2. Look, my variables, they share any variables. There's an A here. There's no A here, but there's an A here. So A is not in common, but the B... Let's stop this right away. Pause. Alright, so I fixed a mistake. So in this question, we got 32AB minus 16A minus 20AC. Got greatest common factor here. Let's do 4. 4 goes 32 8 times, which is AB. Oops, sorry. What letters, variables should I say, they share in common? There's an A here, there's an A here, there's an A here, so I can pull that out. Is there a B in all of them? No, so I can't pull that out. Is there a C in all of them? No, I can't pull it. So the only letter I could take out was the A. Before A goes 32 times into 32, 8. Remember, I took the A out, so I have AB left over. Minus 4 goes 16 4 times, and that would, I already took an A out, so I can't write an A. And 4 times 20 is 5, and remember I took the A out, so I have to just put C here. I can't continue? No, I cannot continue. That's it. So my answer would be 4A times 8B minus 4 minus 5C. And again, if this was a quiz and you're getting it wrong, that's because you didn't check. Take your time to go and do this. It's 4A times 8B, 32AB, yes. 4 times 8 is 32, and AB is AB. 4 times 4 is 16 here, and A is multiplied as well. And the last one, 4 times 5 is 20, and AC is present here. This one, let me write it a little bigger. 40xyz minus 20xy plus 30yz. So, what number can we pull out? Well, you can start with 2's, but hopefully you can think a little bit bigger by now. You can do 4's. No, you can't do 4's. You can do 5's, but go bigger. And we're going to take a 10 out, because 10 is present in all of them. Look at your letters. Is there any letter that they all share in common? Well, the X is here, but not here, so no. Y is here, Y is here, and Y is here, so I can pull out a Y. I can pull out a Z? No, because this one has a Z, the last one has a Z, but the middle one doesn't have a Z. So, ten times what's 40? It'd be negative 4. And what variables do I have here that I needed? I need the X and the Z because the Y is already over here. Minus 10 times what's 20? It's 2. I already have a Y, so I'm missing an X. And plus 10 times what's a 30? It's a 3. And I already have a Y, so I need a Z. So this is my final answer. 10Y minus 4XZ minus 2X plus 3Z. And you can double check. You have to get the original expression. Negative 36GH minus 42H plus 12FGH. Okay. 2 definitely goes in all of them. 3 goes in all of them. I'm going to think higher. 4 goes 36. Doesn't go into 12, so it doesn't work. 5, no. 6 goes in 36. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 2. So I'm going to use a 6. Oops. But a 6, can I take any variables out? There's an H here. There's an H here. There's an H here. That's the only thing they share. So I'm going to take the H out. 6 times what's 36 is, well, it's negative 36. First of all, I already have an H and I'm missing the G. 6 times what's 42 to 7. I already have the H, so I don't need the H. And then plus 6 times what's 12 is 2.
I already have the H, so I need the F and the G. Final answer, 6H minus 6G minus 7 plus 2FG. Last four, it's just a little, we can have to combine first and then factor out. So maybe I need some room here. So do the distributive property. 8K minus 6KM. In blue, it's negative times a positive, minus 30K. And then positive, because a negative times a negative is a 20K. Can I combine like terms? I can combine this guy, it's this guy, and these two, there's these two. So I've got 8K minus 30K and minus 6KM plus 20KM. If I combine these two, I get negative 24K. I combine these two, I get negative 14KM. Now, I'll take this, right, because I combine. What can I pull out? I can pull out a 2, and I can pull out a K. So 2 times what's 12? It's negative 12. Sorry, 2 times what's negative 24? It's negative 12. Do I need a K? No, I already have one here. Minus 2 times what's 14? 7. Do I need a K? No, because I have one here. What do I need? I need an M. So my final answer is 2K minus 12 minus 7. And again, double check. So here, 10A, it's negative 4 times positive A is negative 4A. Negative times a negative is going to be positive 8B. And then the 6B is doing nothing, right? So just that. Combine like terms, well, they're next to each other, so this one is actually easy. So let's get 6A. And these are going to give me 2B minus 2B. Let's pull out the greatest common factor, which is 2. And can we put a letter? Pull out a letter? No, we cannot pull out a, so it's just 2 for this one. So 2 times 3A and 2 times 1B. So my final answer is 2. 3A inside minus 1B. Double checked. These two gives me 6A, good. And these two gives me 2B, good. So, distributive property, 3 times 2 is 6xy minus 12y minus 4yz. And then negative and negative is positive. 4 times 5 is 21. Can I combine any like terms? I can. I can combine this guy with this guy. And those two only. Let me write the rest. So it's 6xy minus 4yz. If I combine these two fellas, I'm going to get negative. Well, let me write it out. So this gives me 8y, positive, by the way. And I'm going to copy the rest. Right? So just the only two like terms. Now, I'm going to factor this out. I can pull out a 2, as in 2 is greatest common factor. Can I pull out any letter? Yes. You can see that they all share a y. So 2 times what's 6xy? 2 times 3. I have a y here. What do I need? I need an x. Minus 2 times what's 4 is 2. I have a y, but what do I need? I need a z. And 2 times what is 8 is 4. I have a y. Do I need that y? No. So negative 10ab plus, because a negative times a negative, 12b plus 8b, and minus 4 times 2 is 8bc. Anybody I can combine? Yeah, I can combine these two guys right here. So I get negative 10AB. 12B plus 8B is positive 20B minus 8BC. What can I pull out? The greatest common factor between 20, 10, and 8 is a 2. Can I take out any letters? Yes, I can take out the letter B because they all share B. 2 times 5 is 10, so it's a negative 10. I have a B. What do I need? I need an A. Plus 2 times 5, 2 times what's 20? It's 10. I have a B. Do I need another B? No. And then 2 times what's 8 times 4? I have a B. What do I need? I need a C. Final answer. 2B minus 5A plus 10 minus 4C. Okay, that's it.